Hello, hello, hello. It's working? It's working. How about this for a start? It looks like it's working. It looks like I'm not. What's going on, man? Listen, whatever I do. Yo, what's happening, Alexander? How are you, brother? How are we doing? How is the sound? How is the sound? Let me put my video here somewhere. Let me arrange my stuff around here. We have things to. Alright, Piramos, how it's going on? Let's see what we're doing here. Where am I? Where am I? It's working perfect. Hey, Princess Jess. Shout out to Inked Concepts. To Austin Hill, man. Shout out. There you go, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for reminding me. That's good. How is everyone? Haven't done one of this in a while, man, and this is different. What up, bro? This is a different location. It's pretty fucking amazing, man. Some small changes today. I had to change the plan, so I do have. What up, brother? Thanks, Dan. Fucking hashtag Cris Gherman. You know what? No. So, little bit change of locations from tomorrow. I may end up going. I was talking to Lalo. I don't know if you guys know Lalo. He's in Master Seasons. Few of them. I don't know which one because I haven't worked with him on Master, but work up. Him and Melody. Jesus, Melanie. Melody. She's at the. I think they both do. I don't even know. Talk about stuff like this. So tomorrow I'm gonna see them. I'm gonna work at the shop, and I'm trying to see if I can get with them an interview or even do a live if they're tattooing. Try to see how they work. Yo, Ink Sling. So that could be a good news for you guys. For me too. It's good to kind of, changes. Changes are always good. It's good to be in town and see people and work at other shops to see how it works. Hold on, the volume is good. Perfect. Today topic, man. Today topic, and I have time. The beauty about it that I have time is that actually I was like, fuck it, may as well do something productive. Say hello to her. He was going in it. Yeah, I have some things, man, and the thing is about pay attention to details. Hey, Mr. Tompi. Yeah, pay attention to details, man. And this actually it came to me because I started reading some comments yesterday. Hold on a second. I'm even trying to tame my channel more. What up, Alcatraz? Anyway, so the whole topic today, it's about pay attention to details, man. Pay attention to details. Why? Because details are really important. And it came to me because I was posting something yesterday, the cover up I done, right? And some people didn't see it. I just posted up on Instagram. And I see lots of comments, not lots, few comments which actually made me do this live video. And of course I have time today. And it's about people, artists, tattoo artists or tattooist, whatever it is. They were saying, somebody says I never saw somebody working sketches because somebody says I was looking at your tattoo style and I post that ship. The guy said, I was looking at your video, like at your post, and internet. All right, it's back on because I have my. What the heck is going on, people? How about now? Let me see. Can I do this extreme resume? Can I do this live video? All right. We back in time. What I did, I put the internet down to 480. So I hope now it's not lagging. Before it was 180. Let's see if this on situation goes because it's not about physical thing. It's all about to be connected. How is this the internet right now? It looks good on my page here. Okay, the internet is down. Is anybody can tell me if the internet is better? Even in the city, crappy reception, man. Yeah, that's true, but I think they want us to just buy like trillion of billion of dollars worth of internet at once. Is this better now? Is this sound, everything is perfect? Can I have a hallelujah here? Let me get my phone for perfect. Let me get my phone. All right, cool. I put this type on a thing. So, discussion, discussion, discussion. Let me put this one on mute or on silence or whatever it is. Perfect. All right. So, the whole topic today is pay attention to details. And it came because I read some comments, and those are from tattoo artists. They were saying one of the other guy says, oh, I never work with somebody that sketches. Initially, he says sketches, like he put on a tattoo. My reply was, well, you didn't work with enough artists to actually realize that. Yeah, bro, I have like fucking weird dreams today. So, when I say that, man, it's pay attention to details and pay attention to what's around you. Don't be confused and don't bark loud or don't be too loud about things you don't know. If you don't know, as always explain, ask, man, ask. It's better than just look like a fool or look in a professional industry. To claim something is pretty. Hold on a second. I'm gonna go back here. So in the professional way, I'm gonna come to comments. So you're gonna say whatever, I'm gonna come, then I'm gonna go comments after. So in a professional way, we're in a time here, 2019, that actually we can do. I think it's on the internet, and it's super fucking easy, man. It's super easy when it comes to that. Even now those days, I see a tattoo, I analyze it. That's why I'm paying attention to details. I'm looking at a tattoo, how it's done, and probably the experience helps, but I'm trying to figure out that guy's mind, right? So I'm trying to see what kind of magnum you use. I'm looking to see if it's brushstroke, which direction you went, because you can read a lot from a tattoo. I'm looking to see how did he start. I'm trying to guess all this stuff. And if you pay attention to all these details, which we're gonna talk now, it's very easy to oops, gone again. Am I gone again or am I back in? It's very easy. It's very easy to get into the other artist's mind, right? And then if you follow his portfolio, or let's say on Instagram, you see from years ago how he started, how he does, you'll understand the process of how he learned and the process he works on his tattoos. And it's simple like that. Some tattoo artists do post only super perfect done piece, and some tattoo artists they will show you process of how the tattoo was done. And when I say that, that's why I mean pay attention to details, man. Look into it, search, make a research, scratch your head, and say how did the guy do it, man. And if you really have a question, you may take a screenshot and then send it to the guy. Can you explain the process? If he's gonna have time, he's gonna answer. If he wants to answer. Again, we know that some people don't share, some people don't have time, and some people don't want to. But paying attention to details is better than just make a fool of yourself and claim that you're a tattoo artist or tattooist and you haven't seen this style or you haven't do this. And then I'm talking about all the styles. I'm not talking about my style or things. Even in traditional, let's say, I'm always kind of use traditional because traditional is the simplest, the more simplistic, is the more simplistic style out there. It's very complex because it's so simple, it makes it super complex. So it's nothing to talk down or up. It's very easy to put traditional to traditional, generally American traditional, I'll say, because that's the core or that's the base of a tattoo industry, right? And that was based on lines, perfect fucking lines, and very simple colors. Usually it's black and gray and blue, black, red, and blue. Sorry. And then the transition how it's done, right? And even that one now has different style. There is a shuttered, like a sandpaper style, right? Man, what's going on? What? Is that working now? Or because on my screen it looks like I'm doing good here. Fuck, man. What's going on with this internet? Hold on a second. My internet is looking still stuck. Fuck. Alright. Alright. Gods are not with us. The two gods, they are not with us. Still stuck. Man, on my live video here, it shows that it's moving. It's moving. Your boy. Oh no, it did got stuck. Oh no, it did. It's not. It's moving. Look at this. The boy is moving. What the fuck? Alright guys, let's... How come my internet shows that it's working? Alright, let me reconnect. Because this one doesn't seem to be too good. Too good for food. Alright, I'll be back in a second. How about now? I put it on 360 dpi, man. 360 dpi. That's how low can we go. 2019, 360 dpi live. It's sad. Still stuck, kept in Romania? How about now? Am I back? Because on my video, man, I'm watching live on my YouTube and it works. Still no good. Come on, Ninja. Ninja, internet, give me some power here. Am I back in? Can I have a yes, no, no? I see myself perfect. What up, these boys? San Diego, Cali in the house. Guys, does it work now or not? Okay, I'm back. It's working? Alexander. I assume it's working. Let's go on. He's probably saying fuck about... Oh, man. Perfect. The internet is good. Thank you. I put it down on the lowest, man. You know, like when you go to a strip club, you have a lot of money in your pocket and you end up on the cheapest one in the world. It's one of those things now. With this internet, we became the slave to the internet, but we want to do something, so we're gonna take it by the horns and make it happen. Superb. Cool. So, paying attention to details, man. Paying attention to details is the best thing as an artist. And then when it comes to that, when it comes to art, it's not only about tattooing. You have to understand, most of tattoo artists, the greatest one, the one I'm looking up at, they do have a specific artist. Let's say Rembrandt, I don't know if you know him, he looks at Rembrandt art. It's the color theory, the color scheme. You pay attention to details. You look at, like, artists, how they do. And generally, the classic ones, they do have a very cool, insane style of color blending, lighting. It's just crazy. And then you can apply down on tattoo too, right? So that's what I mean paying attention to the details. Because today is so easy to read and to get in somebody else's mind because we have so much information and we do grow up with a lot of information. And all said, instead of just go and assume and you are in a, what up, Tony? Instead of just go and guess stuff, instead of just go and, because to me, you look like a dick. When you claim you're an artist, if you claim you're a tattoo artist, let's say for instance, right? And you go in and, oh, I done this, but I never seen this. Well, you see it now. First of all, I'm not the only one that does this style. Let's say I sketch the stuff, right? When you work for a big sleeve, you sketch that sleeve. You don't just finish the sleeve. When you work on anything, you map it out. Basically, you map the details out and you go after. And if you know the color, if you know how your ink reacts, even if it looks black, a little bit darker than a blood line. So when you take a picture, it may look, because it's fresh, it may look dark, but then you know how it's gonna heal, excusez-moi. So this is about paying attention to details, and that's why it's easy, man. We have the internet today. Just looking at the people, and then if you're in the beginning of a career, let's say, follow a lot of artists. Not necessarily the best one in the world, because we agree on down. There's no such a thing. But pay attention to details. Pay attention to the artist. Follow loads of artists with all the styles. Don't just focus on one style. One style doesn't do much. One style just stops you, because looking at somebody how they do, for instance, again we talk back in traditional. Look somebody how he does the traditional work. I'm looking at it. I'm like, how the fuck he done it? I'm not trying to figure out. Now I know it has to be one line pass. Trust me. There are artists out there. They you have a wider line. They build the lines up, but they're super perfect. And now some of them they will say, I done this outline. Let's say a chess piece, and it takes 6 hours. Now, if you really think, if you have the best machine and the best needles, it doesn't take 6 hours, right? You'll be like, oh, it takes like, look at this guy. But then you realize that that guy is fucking amazing, and it's like, oh, it does take 6 hours. And then you have to scratch your head. Why? And you look at this, you filled in the lines. It's perfect. So basically he's not like, man, scratching out. On traditional, everything has to be spotless. When I'm saying to line, that's how I always compare, let's say, realism with traditional, right? Yeah, Paul Booth, I work with a guy. Yeah, he puts different thing. Again, Paul Booth works on layers, man. So basically the styles, it's about like a painting. You work on layers. It's alla prima. Everything is done at once. And that's it. That's called alla prima. And then you have like a classic traditional oil painting. You do layers. Even if you tattoo that size, let's say for instance, you may do it in one. But guess what? If you do it in 2 sessions, I know it sounds ridiculous, but you can do translucent colors, you can do saturations and blend colors in a way able to do it in 1 session. And that's simple like that. One alla prima is based with what you put down, it stays there. Brown is brown, yellow is yellow, black is black, blah, 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 right? You may know how to do a transition and it may look smooth. Now, when you go on the second session, you have all these base and you know where to change. So when you do the tattoo, you don't spend like 7 hours on a tattoo like this, right? But even a tattoo is going to take 7 hours altogether. You work 4 or 5 hours in the first session, and the next session you blend overs with light colors. Any color can be used. We are used to black and gray. So you have to understand white, and any color out there works the same. You can lighten up any color. Let's say you have dark green and you want to make a transition. You dip it in the water. And that light green, when you go, it's an opaque green now. It's still dark. It's still dark because it's not touched with other colors, right? So let's say dark green with yellow, depends what kind of yellow, makes different shades of green. It's still going to be green. But when you do dark green, and you dip it in the water, it's still pure dark green, just super diluted. So it's a translucent dark green. Then what you do, you actually smooth it over. Now, if I have a black, let's say, transition to dark purple, like a transition, black into purple and it goes to purple. I can come with very light dark green on top where transition ends in the black towards the purple and over. It's gonna make a very weird translucent transition. Your eye is not gonna be able to read, but overall the will look glossy. It will look different shape. Like when you work on railings, to give a dimension to a tattoo, right? And that's all about working in layers, sessions, and you do actually brush. And if you know the color theory, you know what it needs to actually make the transition. So this, it means in progress, sketched, or mapped out. These are the words we use in a tattoo industry to tell the other person that looks at it, it's not finished. So when it comes to that, if I post something up to me, and that's why to me I just give, I don't care about the people that text, it's good, but it's sad to see that today as artists, as a tattoo artist, you're still not open-minded. You have all this information out there that it's about getting better. The information is not for me, whatever I post up there is not for me to show you that I'm better than you. I mean, we talked about this in previous posts. And it's not, that's fucking irrelevant, man. I'm not, trust me being better than you doesn't make me better towards myself. Because better than you since day one, because when I had 10 years or 15 years of experience, even if it was bad experience, you still just start tattooing. So I mean, that physically have to be better then. Now, the same thing, if my goal is to get better than yesterday, I'll still be better than you regardless. Because that's a normal thing. Now, if you, for instance, you focus on one style, right? If you have only one style, and that's your style, then automatically, and you focus, let's say realist now. I'm tattoo realist. And I don't want to look at anybody else there tattoo, only the best realist artist in the world, and that's it. That's my world. I want to get like him. I want to be as good like him. What happens with that? You don't open your fucking mind, man. It's like listening to rock music if you're a rocker. How about the opera? Because rock music comes from different things, right? The more complex music out there is not rock music, it's not rap music, it's not this. It's actually, fucking look at Beethoven. So you have to open your mind and pay attention to what's out there. And don't be scared to follow other artists. They do different style. That's good. You need that information. You need that thing. You look at the fucking painting world, man. It's not only Dali. Oh, Dali is the best. No, because you like Dali. That's it. He's the best impressionist, or that's how it is. But that has nothing to do with anything, right? So pay attention to details, man. Don't be scared to follow other artists, and don't be scared to ask questions. Instead, to just assume, or oh, I work with this artist. Well, listen, if you work in a shop, there are not great artists going through your studio. You can work with 50 people and they're all bad. But I'm saying bad, not bad as an artist, on level with you. So you can learn from each other. Let's say the tattoo studio does only traditional. You cannot learn only traditional because people coming in and out of the studio is traditional. The client is only traditional they want to do, which is perfect. But then you cannot say, I don't know about this style, or I don't know about this style. The internet is out there to learn, to open your mind, and to research. If you like somebody's artwork and you are confused, let's say, for instance, I'm talking about my situation because that's the thing. Go to all my posts and then you see, oh, I kind of get it. And again, I send the guys to YouTube. It's like, yo, go check my videos because I don't lie. I don't hide anything. I post sessions. And you can see the transition of my sessions. That has nothing to do one with the other. And this thing, the whole thing is the end of the product. Not how we gather, not how we sketch, not how long time it takes. Me doing longer, less hours, whatever it is, the end session. I know this tattoo is going to take 9 hours. If I break it in five sessions, it's going to... We talked about it. Every time I go back in, I have to shapes, right? No, but I can break that tattoo in 2 sessions. And then when I break it in 2 sessions, it will give me... So in 1 session, I map everything out. I block it out. It's like a la prima. I block everything, the shapes. Even it looks cool. Oh, internet, motherfucker. What the fuck? Bro, internet, put your head together. It's 350. We fly on Mars, man. We fly on Mars. And New York is bad. Oh. So, that's all about, man. Pay attention to details. Don't be scared. And look and follow everyone. Is great. Listen, you may have a person that you don't think is as good as you. But you look through his stuff, and then you find something. It's like, how the fuck this guy done it? And you start following him. And I bet one thing, you've seen 1 year, is like, how did I end up here? And then you realize, if you look at his post, what he started changing into his work. And that's how we get better. We get better by paying attention, man. And that's a very, very important, it's a very, very important steps for us to get better. You know? Let me get to some text. Let me see what people say here. Any questions, guys? Let me know. But this is the thing. I'm talking about Paul Booth. I did work with his studio. That's how I ended up coming to New York. I work with him. I work at his studio, Last Rights. And those are amazing, insane artists out there, man. I know all of them. We talk about tattoos. But generally, it's funny. When we don't talk about the liner you use or what's the speed. Or only to understand why he moves so fast. right? Because everybody has different styles. Everybody learning their own way how to produce something for them to work, because it's not right or wrong. It's, you know, some people may take 5 hours, some people may take 12 hours on the same piece, but you can see the different styles. They're not about being better and worse. It's about different styles. One of them is more alla prima, more heavier, more blockier colors. The other one is more translucent. Like right now, Yomiko works a lot, right? And unfortunately, I mean, I know Yomiko, and I haven't, he started working after I left. But that guy, man, you look at his work, like, fuck my life. Insane. Now, Paul Boo does only black and gray. I mean, he does some color work, but look at his style, and it's like, oh, shit. But then you realize that he has layers, and then the last one, what I explained, is the sculpting. Sculpting, you use a round line, round shader, like a small line round shader, and you start dipping in, and you put you start sculpting into the black. Even something very black, right? I can go over the tattoo and black it in, and I still have some lines, the details. The black is not pitch black. I use like probably the darkest shade. When it heals, it's lighten up. But then I may go with the turbo black, sculpt in that really cracks, like super deep, super darkest points you do, and then with white, I go over, and then you start highlighting. Even if it's on top of black, you do create an illusion when your mind reads or of depth. Even something is dark, even the dark part, different layers of dark and shading. It's simple like that. It's not, if it's like, well, everything has to be perfect, like super pitch black, super everything equally and amazingly saturated to look perfect, right? That's tribal. Everything else in between, it's all about depth, all about transition of colors, and all about how you want to look. Jesus, I stop for a second. Okay. Never stop learning, brother. That's it. Let me see what comments we have here. It's working. Princess, hello, Princess. Adrian, hello. Salute, Tiku, Large, hey, what's up? Rolling, rock and rolling. John Large, Dan, Austin Hill, yes, brother, Ink Sling, Austin Hill. Have you thought about Ink Master? How about thought about Ink Master? You know, I don't Ink Master, man. I don't want since then I left. I talk something, or do you want me to do a thing about it, about Ink Master? Yeah, I'm gonna do one episode about what's behind the thing. Not talking shit, because you know what? Everybody have their own agenda. We talked about it. I have nothing fucking shit to say, you know. When you do something because you wanna do, you do it because you wanna do. And I left because I wanted to left. I couldn't deal with that shit. But alright, Alexander, Tom P, hi wait, Alexander, what's up? Alcatraz. Me Babu, hey, hello, my friend. Me, Mr. Me Babu, Ink I Sling. Ramon, hey bro. Dan, your reception sucks. Trust me, brother. Trust me, Dan. Trust me, Dan. Dan, 1972. Trust me. By the way, Dan, did you look into what I told you about? We were talking about how comments and how internet reads and how the metadata or the... It's very interesting, man. Google changed the search engine a while back. Before you had to buy, even now you can buy some AdWords. So you buy every word, and then the full name, it may cost a fortune. So now what they did, they still have that, but now it's all about, that's why lots of people do blogs, vlogs. The more thing you use the name, let's say Cris Gherman and tattoo associate together, when you start searching, let's say I'm in New York, Cris Gherman New York tattoo, all the time in posts and hashtags, and let's say in blogs, if I do lots of blogs, lots of talking, whatever people comment about it, the metadata reads it, and then when somebody searches New York, let's say tattoos, also automatically, because my name is associated with 1 million tattoo words, it's gonna pop up on the first page, right? So that's how it usually works. So that's why it's good to understand the internet. The internet, the advertising part of it, we talked about like advertising, how it works. The internet and advertising part is a very powerful tool, and today they kind of change. They always change stuff. So what happened is you have to be on top of the game and play with their tools. Now it's a lot more freedom than before. Before, the freedom was you have to buy the AdWords, AdWords, and expensive. Let's say if I have to buy Cris Gherman tattoo to be on the first page associated with tattoo, it will have cost me probably like $5,000 a month, right? But now that thing, it's easy put aside. If I have a blog for instance, I write every day, and in the blog I'll put Cris Gherman tattoo, and I write, oh, I'm a Cris Gherman, I'm a tattoo artist, but I do blah 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 blah. So all this. If I do a blog for 1 year, and in every blog I write 20 times, and people start commenting on my blog, and blah blah blah, then automatically Google reads it like it's something important, and it pushes up. So it did change the game. It takes a long time for Google to analyze all the data and put in one block. So I don't know how is the mechanism, how it works monthly or per year, whatever it does, but it's working. So that's why, with the hashtags and stuff, and every time I told those guys, when you hashtag my name, when you post on my stuff, hashtag my name, and hashtag your name too. If you do something for me, something for you on return. It's simple like that. Now, don't just go on people pages and hashtag your name, because that's spammy. On my thing, as long as you hashtag my name and you put a comment, let's say for instance, bro, I like your work, or I hate your work, hashtag Cris Gherman, hashtag your name, your studio name. It will add on. If you spend 50 fucking comments or 100 comments, make sure you have something out of them too. I want that. I want people to get, I don't want nothing free in return, man, because it doesn't work like that. If you do something, let's say for me, or even is, make sure you use your effort, because you do, for me, coming to watch my video, to comment, you may learn something, but something is if it's an effort. What happens with down is, make sure you give yourself credit too, and I appreciate that. That's why my channel I want to build in a way that everybody has to benefit. I know I benefit. I know I benefit from it. I know I benefit from all of you, but make sure you use that stuff too, man. You use that and learn that thing to put, again, when you hashtag, we talked about it, when you hashtag on your Instagram, make sure always hashtag your name, tattoo, studio name, and make sure you do that, man. Make sure you do that, because it adds on the future. And right now, if you're on a path of learning, or to grow your business, or to grow your name, it adds on for the next few years. And it's simple like that. Don't be scared that it doesn't add on. Trust me. In 5 years, your name is going to be out there 10,000 times, 50,000 times, and then your town is not so many times names associated with tattoo. Yours is going to come up. And 5 years from now, you're going to be an amazing, extraordinary artist, but you don't have enough metadata on the internet. And somebody, even if it's worse than you or whatever, you have more business. When somebody comes in town and says, best tattoo artist or best realistic artist, to search for a tattoo, your name will come up. Because you, for all these years, you work on it, right? And even again, let's say my thing, let's say it's about tattoos, right? You come in, all my metadata, wherever we talk now, wherever we text, everybody texts, it gets into a block. And that block it's reading, the Google reads as one piece. So everybody's associated the name tattoo, the name, whatever it is, it will come to you too. You take advantage of the whole block, because the internet takes it and then puts in different locations. That's your location. But overall, it's still tattoo associate and still your name or my name. Basically you benefit from whatever you do now in 5 years. And this is just an advice, man. You can do whatever you want, but I'm trying to, if you give something to me, make sure you get something back as well, because it's pleasant to see that one. There you go. Make connection with each other, bro. Hold on, let me see. My recession sucks. Yep. Cadeneto, yep. Bro, Alcatraz, burn my hair on the stove today while lighting up a cigarette. Yo, on a stove, get a piece of paper, don't burn the house down, and if you get a hair, just if you have long hair, bro, just smoke it like that. Alright, cool. Living in the city, crappy reception, definitely crappy reception. Alright, back. Amen. Bro, Rico, Dan, Xling, Ramon, what up? Armageddon Racing, what's the best part about gardening? Getting down and dirty with your hose. Bro, the best part about gardening, I tell you one thing, man, let them know. The difference with those things today with YouTube, man, they have this stuff now that you cannot see who likes or who dislikes or comments, or even if you block the person, they still can come and comment on your videos and watch them, which YouTube is designed that way. It keeps the hatred on a point. Again, it's up to us to change, man, and the best thing is to let them know, I know who you are, mofos, and I know who they are. I have few people, they're on my tail, and I think they're very sad, man. I think they're very sad that they get to a point to to wake up in the morning to go to this to be hateful, and they have to live with that hate all their life, man. I loving it. I love it. I love it. Listen, there's nothing more beautiful out there to be aware where you work, where you are in life, how you do, and to look at fucking losers. When I'm saying loser, people they hate because either they cannot be there or they have no fucking reason, or only the reason is because they think they will damage something. Well, disliking my video doesn't damage shit. And it's people like that. And it's good. Do it. That means you came to see me. That means your day is about to do your fucking bullshit. From my video to his video to his video and start hating. It's good. It's good to be a hater. Enjoy your life, man. You wouldn't be a nice person. So to associate nice person with bad person, it's only having a bad person to look at it. And that's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. One thing I learned in life, man, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say it. Or if you want to say something, to criticize has to be constructive criticize, or have to let people know, listen, I like your stuff, but you could improve like this. And then that's amazing. You do something good. Nothing bad to do something good. You may sound bad when you say I like it bad, but this is the way. And then you look at the stuff and then you realize, yeah, he's right, man. I can do this. I know why it doesn't work. And thank you. You'll be like, thank you so much. I really appreciate your comment and I really appreciate your time letting me know I'm right or wrong. We're good. Unlike, I mean, they don't even post. That's the thing. They can't even comment because they don't have balls. But when you come and post and do it for no reason, bruh, your day is fucked. You are just a little hater. The sad part about it, if you're a kid, is good. I mean, it's bad you grow up with hate. But if you're an adult, you do that. I don't want to be your friend, man. I'm sorry for your friends and your members, man. They have to live with somebody like have so much evil inside of them. Fuck 'em! Slam dunk! Okay. Here we go. Come back. Not working. Pay the internet bill already. Then I'm on Airbnb, brother. This is how it comes with it. I'm on Airbnb right now. So this is the internet comes with it. Alright, guys, need your help. What help you need, man? Ask people. That's what I like. Hey guys, what help you need? Alcatraz. Is it Alcatraz? What it is, man? Hold on a second. It is Alcatraz. Okay, I thought. Yeah, that's a cool name, man. Screen stock. Yeah, the screen stock, man. My screen stock. How it descends. Still stock. Fancy. Blah, blah, blah. Can't see. Nope. Mine still stock. Jesus Christ. Man, I do apologize, guys, for all this stuff. What's up? DS boy, San Diego. I like that. Alexander is back. Yes, he's good. Ingsling. Chris back. Yes, he's good. Anthony. Henry. Good. The boys. Yeah, it's working. Thank you, SD California. Alcatraz. You good. Thank you, Tonic. Carpet. Hey, bro. Yo, let me know about that video and about the GoPro. I don't know if it's the best for YouTube, man. Actually, I don't know. I think I looked into it and you need to put a code inside, but depends what GoPro you have. The GoPro 7 is good for broadcasting. I don't know about any other else. I have GoPro 3. Shit. Excuse me. I have the 7 now. Excuse me. I have the 7 now, so it's... Let me see. Okay. Okay, never got a TV show. Okay, hold on. Cris Gherman. There you go, bro, Rico. There you go. I work in a shop with only one traditional that all the time stuck with traditional. Always wanted to do realism, but have only one just started opening. There you go, man. It's very hard to jump from... Bro, you're right, man, bro, Rico. Yeah, the bald... Jesus, bro, Rico, what the fuck? Bald Rico. Anyway, it is very hard to jump from one style to the other because you have to understand it's a style, man. And every style has principles, like has a theory, the way you work from. That's why it's called a style. You cannot just... Well, I do traditional and I want to put like waves around it with the watercolors. They look splashy. It's like, no, it's not. It's traditional. You need lines, man. You need lines. It's very hard to jump out of the thing, out of the ordinary. It's super hard, man. And every style, you have to pay attention and then you have to dedicate to one style. When it comes to that, and that's to me, and I repeat, to me, realism is the hardest. Well, traditional is the hardest because it's super simple. The real good superb traditional is based on simplicity. And I cannot read. I can tattoo traditional, don't get me wrong. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. But to design traditional, I don't even know. I don't know. It has to be so. I can't do that. I probably if I spend years or replicate Flash and looking at the art a lot, I may be able, but I don't. That's a fact. I cannot design traditional. I don't understand it. It's super hard for me to go that simple because that's again, man. That's not easy to be simple, man. It's not easy to be simple, and I have a problem. I don't know when to stop. To me, simple, it feels like I have to add on, and it's not. Now with rallies, to me, is the one of the hardest styles out there is because you have to know all the technical part of all the styles, and when it comes to that, realism has everything. And people say, well, it's easy to mimic or to like a printer. Yeah, really? And I said once, how can you blend 5 colors to make one? Well, yeah, you don't know how to. Realism has that thing. Realism has layers that you need to apply them. That's why it's realism. It's simple like that, man. It's not. It's, yeah, when it comes to style, every style has a specific dedication. You have to dedicate to that style. You can't just, well, I'll gather. It's like, no, you can't pretend to do a style and it's not that style. It doesn't work. You know, it's still tattoos. Don't get me wrong. You can make your own style doing that, but it's not specific detail. The same in realism. You have fantasy realism. There's lots of artists that are there. They have to do fantasy, overemphasize stuff, overblocking stuff, like colors thing. It's still realism. It's still a person. It still do this, but everything it's emphasized. The same thing you may do realism. Then you have manga. Then you have like designing stuff. You have a more mechanical work, and then you have the super hyper realist artwork. So it's the same thing. When it comes to tattoos, you can't. You can be in between. Don't get me wrong. But if you want to just have a style to say, that's my style, you need to follow the rules of that style. And every style, whatever works for you, man. Whatever works for you, man. Whatever works for you, as long you do it fucking good. Richard Stone, hey, would you rather coil rather than rotary? No, bro. I love rotaries. And listen, I talked about the machines, coils, they have a soul. Coil, they grow with you. Coil is like your baby, and they reshape, and sometimes you have to fucking slap it and tune it, right? When it goes fucking ape case. And you do, because it's all about temperature, it's all about voltage, it's all about amperes, it's all about actually the thing bends, the spring. It's still a metal work, which over time it bends, it gets warmer, it gets higher. It's a lot of stuff. Even during a long session, you may have to twitch it a little bit because suddenly it's too loose. That metal, if you work 8 hours with it, it will actually heat it up and it's not going to have the same intensity. Rotaries, they robots, man. They don't give a fuck about anything. They give a fuck about like in and out. And I started working with rotary for a very long time now. Like I got my first rotary was Hawk was the Hawk back in 2010. The first Hawk when they came out with not the first original makeup pen, the other one. The Spirit, I think was called. So that one, I got that one, and I love rotaries. I learn it's a very heavy learning curve because it's all about how you stretch, how you manipulate the machine, and that machine doesn't care. You need to change according to the machine. Now with coils, you work together. So if I rather coils, I tell you one thing: if I have a coil who never fucks up and doesn't fuck up with my wrist, my vibration with my tendons and all this stuff, and they wouldn't be that heavy and they wouldn't be that loud, yeah, but they're not. So rotary, I think for me works amazingly. I'm just waiting for different rotaries out there to be a lot better, to rotaries that come out there to can justify what we do. Because right now the rotaries, they don't care. They're like, nah, I don't care about you, Chris. You care about me. But apparently now slowly, I don't know, the new FK Irons apparently has different settings. You can lose Stigma had it, but it's still something. Actually, no, you have a nice give. Stigma had it became kind of good, but still was missing. I couldn't do good lines with it, but that was me though. All right. Do never go to the TV show. Well, I did Ink Masters, man. I done another one, which I never signed the paper, was called Dublin Ink. I never signed those papers, so they couldn't air it, so I was happy. And they filmed for the whole season, and they tried to give me nothing, and I was like, no, thank you. I want money, I want percentage. They didn't want to do it. But Ink Master, they're very spontaneous. But with the Ink Master, when I done it, I repeat, I done it because they gave me a fucking deal, and they give only one deal to anybody in this fucking universe. So far I know, they gave me a deal to wear my clothing line. And when I say that, everybody when they heard, they got really pissed off. But guess what? That's why I done the show. And when I done, they start ending up being dicks. I was like, thank you, bye, out. I'm not here to fucking talk shit about anybody. I'm not doing drama. I'm a motherfucking drama. So I can't deal with your forced drama. I am my own drama. My drama is not about talking shit. I can talk shit about myself because I know myself. I know my weakness. I know my hard points. But I can't talk about the other person because, oh, his tattoo is just like, you don't know. That guy tattoos for 2 years. Why makes you think it's actually amazing? Why makes you think it's shit when for 2 years I was tattooing horrible after tattooing? That guy is like the king comparing to me when I was 2 years in the tattoo industry. Now again, nobody teach me anything, so my excuse being horrible for 15 years was because, yep. So that's why I'm doing these videos now, so people can learn and jump the hula hoops. They don't have to. You can go straight to the point and you reshape who you want to be. It's easy. Everything is out there, and that's what I'm here to teach people. Anyway. Test boys, what colors are the most hardest to put in the skin? Good fucking questions. Yellow, light yellows, lemon yellows, light green, lemon green. The hardest colors are yellows and green, the light spectrum of them. Very light blue, the trick with them is they may lie to you. You're not going to see them when they heal, they're actually there. Now when it comes to yellow, there is a specific way to put them in. And to me, they're the hardest. Light yellow, light greens, lemon greens. The dark colors, they're easier to, they just normal colors. Everything else, I think it's easy. White is a very hard color to put in if you don't know how to. When it comes to white, it's about the way I done the cover up. I'm burping the shit out of this. Anyway, when it comes to white, it's a specific way. I like to put white in, again, for my style, right? My style is realism. I push white with a 3 liner, or if it's bigger piece with a 7 magnum. That's when I saturate, like I'm really putting heavy white. Slow the machine down, longer stroke, and just push it in, right? That's why I put my white in. That's the way I work with yellow. That's the way I work with light greens. Now, if you want to blend over something, let's say if you want to kind of just give it a glassy thing, give it like a rock effect with white, you dip the white in a little bit, and then you just, with a bigger magnum, you brush it like a black and gray. And you give a nice glossy, opaque white. But that techniques can be used for any colors in general. But that's how you do translucent colors. Sometimes when they hear it's like, how the fuck I can see purple behind the red? Well, because it is purple behind the red. Now the red is only a little bit and it's so washed that it gives you it tricks your mind to see red, which you're gonna see red, depends on the angle of you look at the tattoo. But the purple is the predominant. Chris, get your wording together. I can't fucking say the word. Predominant. Anyway, predominant. Anyway, whatever. Color. Welcome to my butt print or straight. Man, long taper, brother. Long taper. Richard, long taper, man. Long taper. I like long taper. I like my colors to be long taper. I explain about needles. They're very long and you don't have too much trauma to the skin. Buck pins, they're really good for traditional work. Really good to pack in colors. I will buck pin if I have to pack in a lot of colors, like if I work on a big piece. If I want a transition, I need gap in between the needles, and I need to put them in and still kind of don't damage the skin, right? So that's I like long tapers, man. I really love long tapers. The longer the better. And I use usually 0.25 or 0.30, or that'll be number 10 and 8. 8 and 10. 8 is 25. 0.35, it's actually number 12. Okay, buck pin. Buck pin. Okay. Alcatraz, are you sure you have never seen model before? Because I say you have barbershop, I see I posted with you everywhere. No, it's just my fucking beard, bro. It's just my beard, bro. I never went, actually I don't even go to barbers, man. I never got my thing, never. Okay. All right, thank you. Send me a picture though, bro. Send me a picture. Let me see my pretty face in a poster. You guys got Facebook, okay? Get in touch with each other, guys. Get in touch with each other, man. That's the best thing. Go on Facebook, go on Instagram, follow each other, start talking with each other. Make your own team, man. Make your own. That's why we're here, to work together, man. Don't work against each other. Working against each other, we're gonna work alone, and it's hard process in this business. It's hard process to learn. Be friendly, man, because you know what? There's plenty of fish out there to eat from. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Nobody's gonna take each other's fucking clients. Nobody's gonna do nothing. Just be friendly with each other. Be nice. Stay in your own shoes and be, what do you call it? Have respect, man. Have respect with each other. But be friendly. Make connections, man. Make connections. Never knows, man. Listen, life is short, but it has a very long stream of what we can do in life. And you'll be surprised in 1-2 years, 2 of you can, or 3 of you can open a shop. Traveling, you can go to each other's shop. That's how you do. That's how you learn from each other. You are in town, it's like, yo, what's up? Can I fucking pass by? Can I crash on? Can I do this? Can I do that? Friends, man, that's all about, man. Geo-traditional is cool. Which one is down, brother? In geo-traditional. Which one is down? Is the geometry thing? Which one is geo-traditional? Is the one with dots? The one with the patterns? Which one is that one in Kaisling? Geotrad? Which one is that one? Geo-traditional. Never heard. I have to look into that one. I'm a long way from doing any rallies. Where in Slim, you send me that picture with a digital thing. It's the same approach, bro. If you can do rallies in a digital way, I mean, you can do the same thing. Approach is slow the fuck down. Always tell you guys, slow down. Read the map, read the thing, learn how to do stencil, know your colors, and take your time. Work in layers, work in sessions, and that's how you do. Realism is based on paying attention. When realism has the most attention, you have to read. I look at the picture like this and I tell you right now, this picture has 5 colors in it. That's small thing. And people say, oh, I don't see no purple. It's like, yo, I see purple in there. I have to make purple with gray, purple with orange to make gold. Purple and orange make gold. I'm gonna do a color tattoo theory to explain you what color does what. If you know your color theory, the problem is when you already have colors already preset, let's say it's copper color or this, you can accentuate those colors, and then you can actually, if you know your color theory, you can make your own unique colors which they have more depth. Now you have to understand, when I put, let's say, copper, right, it's kind of goldish, only the color in, it's only one color. Now what I'm saying, that when I mix, let's say, and try me, depends how, see, when it comes to mixed color, that's a different, the way you dip in. I'm gonna make when I go back to New York, I'm gonna make a hands down tattoo sessions. But you have purple, right? You have purple, and then you have orange. When you mix them according to a right amount, you mix them in. Usually I mix the way I work, I just dip them in, right, as I work. I don't pre-mix them. When I mix that one, it has a very heavy saturated gold color. Now, when I start transition that thing in and go with yellow over, right, towards the end, it's gonna get a very shiny gold. And then towards the beginning, or towards the, before the yellow on the thing, I put a little bit orange, diluted orange, I go over it, it gets a very nice goldy transition, like super gold. I have a gold tattoo on my YouTube page. You can go, guys, and see it. The way it's done, I use purples, I use colors underneath that you need. Green. When you do portraits, you have to use light green. You have to use green, white, watered down green, because we do have green in our body. If you look at the great masters out there, the painters, I mean, you will see the process. They use green. They use things. You need to learn. That's why it's pay attention to details. It's layers and layers. You can't, it's like pure realism. And there's few people that do that. You'll see green, you see underlayer, and then you go over with different colors, and it gives you the impression of what you want. Like right now, on my face, let's say here, it's a little bit less saturated on my thing, but it's actually, you can see a little bit green. It's simple like that. You have to know your color theories, man. When it comes to, again, when it comes to realism, it's all about fucking color theory when you do color work. All right, from doing realism, Bodrico, I found learning how to use and tune a coil machine helped me understand the difference effect on skin. Yes, it's really important. Tuning the machine is very important. Any machine, let's say with coils, that's why you have a lot of different coils for different things, and you don't twitch them, because one of them is color, one of them is shuttered, one of them is super fast line, one of them is heavier line, longer stroke. So you do need a lot of coils, but it does pays off. I still use direct drive for 5 years now. Direct drive, they're good, man. Neotats, the tattoo machine, the Neotat. Fuck, man, those machines, they're heaven. I used to use them. I generally, I work with most of fucking machines out there in general. I'm talking I put my hands in most of the machines. Neotat, man, they're really good machines. If you want to know a cool machine, that's a really, they work slower, but they just, okay. Align with Stigma V3, but totally different from a direct drive rotary. Stigma V3, amazing machine, Rodrigo, amazing machine. Again, when you know who used to work with Stigma V3, I think, was Anil Gupta. If you look at these lines, now the thing is, he used metal tips. They're very long tip in the front. They see that thing, and let's say 1 or 3 liner. If you use a 3 liner, use a 5 thing. You have a lot of running. And that one, Stigma does cool lines if you slow down, well, slow your hand down, speed up the machine and pinch it, and then have a very heavy ink run. Have a very heavy ink flow run, right? That will keep you consistent. Otherwise, if you work too fast, it's too much ink coming out and it dries out fast, so your line is not gonna be the way it should be. You build up, but yes, I like the V3 one. Yes. Elite Jet Rotary, not bad. I don't know which one is that one, brother Tony. I'm using Elite Jet Rotary, but I don't know which one is that one. I would like to try that one. Okay, add him up on Facebook. Catch up, brothers. Add him out. Alcatraz, he needs to be added on Facebook. Do the Instagram. There you go. Do Instagram. Critique. We're gonna do the critique. Yes, sir. When I'm gonna come back to New York, to Miami, I'm gonna do critique, and I tell you what happens. I don't wanna just do critique looking at pictures. Either I have to print them down, and then I have to rework them a little bit on my Photoshop before to explain you what I'm doing. So it's gonna take me a day to prepare, and I will do them. Stay tuned. I will do that, and you'll see what I'm talking about. When I give a critique to explain you, not theory, to actually hands down to explain you what's missing and how it should have looked. And down to me, I need to go with my pen and actually digitally show you exactly the difference. And I just don't want to do a critique because the sake of it. I want to do a critique for you to fucking understand everything. And trust me, it'll be worth it. The wait, it'll be worth it. In a tattoo shop is all political. Yes, unfortunately, yeah, most of the shop. That's why I kind of lay low with shops. I work with shops like, let's say, tomorrow I'm gonna go a Lalo's place. We don't talk about it. The shop I like to work in. We don't talk politics. We don't give a fuck. And we keep our heads down and try to learn from each other. We do question each other. How do you do this? How we make this? But that's it. We don't talk about other artists. I don't like to talk about other artists. I like to talk about other artists I know, or to talk good things in general about all these things. Now, if I talk bad about another artist, either the other artist pissed the fuck out of me, or he's been rude, or he's an idiot, and he doesn't mind his own business and try to walk on my shoes. I'm not scared to talk shit when it's shit. Because guess what? If you have the face and the thing to talk shit about me, I'll be very happily talk shit back because I can. And generally, again, I repeat, generally people that talk shit, they're people very insecure people they think they're the best, ignorant fuckers, and people they don't deserve. They always try to put somebody down, making them better, or put another artist down in front of a client to make him, because it's easy to lie to a client that doesn't have a clue. But now when you come to step on my fucking shoes and you try to talk shit and I look on your work sucks, I'm gonna be on your case like a pantera behind a antelope. And I'll catch you eventually. That's how it works, because I'm nice. Okay, searching, Chris, what up, Chippy Trod, what up, all of us appreciate you, thank you, brother. Team Ninja, that's all I like to hear, Ninja team right here. Alright, Cris Gherman, let's make creepy Uncle Chris proud commanders. Bro, I tell you one thing, guys, I know most of you is gonna make it, and I'm not trying to say all of you because personal with you how much work you're gonna put in. I bet every single one of you is gonna over time understand what I'm talking, is gonna grow. You see in the last year. By the end of this year, I fucking promise you jump 5 fucking years of your time. Just give time. On my internet, I think it's fucked up again. Anyway, give time to that. And yes, And some of you is gonna get really famous, is gonna get really good and pressured in the art industry, and that's hard work, but it pays off. I bet that. I bet that, and just put your head down and work hard, man. Work hard and pay attention. Yes, sir. Yes, I have a slow hand speed and build up with line 3. It works, man. When it comes to rotaries again, it's the way you spread, the way you stretch your skin, Jesus, the client's skin is different. I saw people, let's say for instance, you work on a forearm, people grab it here and they just grab it like this, right? But then they work, for me, let me see if I can put this one down on my 1 second. Hold on a second. Let me see these guys for 1 second. Okay. So for instance, let me put my knee up here. Okay. So for instance, when I work, right, I like to, this is the way I work. Let me get my nail clipper here, right? I work like this. Either I stretch like this, right? Hold on a second. Hold on, here, more on the back. Either I stretch like this, or usually I stretch like this, right? So this one is my pressure is here. And then I hold my needle here, my thumb. This is the way I go in and out, right? I have my thumb here. And then this one and this one is my pivot. That's my pivot right here. That's how I work. And this one goes in and out. So my movement is how deep I want. And then if I want to drag it, I still keep this one here. And as I go, I may be stretching more and 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 more. Right? Now, if I build up like this. How do you like my new tattoo machine? It's green and it cuts nails. So, all right. Let's go back here. I'm gonna make, when I come back to New York, so when I come back from New York, I'm gonna make hands down. The way I do the theories now, I'm gonna make hands down, and I'm gonna show you exactly how I do actually. Let me put my face up there. How I do. Come on, Chris. Show your pretty face to the camera. How I do. I'm gonna show you exactly. Stay straight, Chris. Okay, cool. And I show you exactly how the techniques I work. But if you watch my videos, man. You see, it's funny when people say, they look at the video, oh, I didn't learn nothing, or it's not a how-to tutorial or whatever. Like, yo, pay the fuck attention. Pay attention. Open your eyes, man. From any video of anything, if you show me one picture of a tattoo, I can tell you the technique, how we started all this. If I show me a video, what I learned from it, how the guy holds his machine, hold his needles, even if it's a time lapse, I see how he stretches, man. I see how he holds. Some people hold like this, some people hold like this, right? I see that. Now, I see the transition of colors. Even if it's a time lapse, I know exactly that he went to black, from black to red. And he put the whites in the end of the tattoo, or he puts the whites in the beginning and goes over another color with gray to make gray. I see that stuff. If it's a time lapse, I don't have to be explained. But that means paying attention. And that's this session is about. Pay the fuck attention, man. And we need to slow the fuck down, man. It's simple like that. It's not a race. Our life is not a fucking race. It's a journey. The same thing with tattooing, man. It's a journey to from A to B to finish that tattoo. Pay the fuck attention. How are you doing? Pay attention to what's your next move, and don't rush it, man. You don't impress nobody. The client, you don't impress your client that you do tattoo. If it's have a fixed price and the price is, let's say, $500 for a tattoo, the client doesn't give a fuck if it's done in 5 hours or 20 hours or 3 hours, man. Pay attention what you do. Pay attention to your mistakes. Pay attention how you work. Work in sessions. Why work in sessions? Because when the client comes back, you can modify, you can fix, even if it's a crooked line, if it's something, you can fix it, you can ameliorate, and then you learn from your own mistakes. That's why it's techniques, and that's how you have to pay attention. Slow the fuck down. That's the whole point. It's not to be cool or charge more money. No, you don't charge more money because you do good work. You charge money for your work. Slowing down, that doesn't mean you take advantage of a client. It doesn't work like that. You can't overwork the skin. You can less work the skin because the tattoo is going to look shit. Right? That's the thing. Pay attention, and pay attention to your own work, man. That's another thing. Go back. Let's say, for instance, all of you, since you are on my channel, most of you, go to your fucking work and see what you done 3 months ago. And then see if you improve something or not. If you didn't improve nothing, then go back and look at other people's videos, look at my videos, or go back in your work and call your clients back and say, yo, come back, free session, I need to fix this stuff. Don't tell him you need to fix it. Like, listen, I have this. I'm not busy today. I want to just go over your tattoo and see what I've done. It's 1 hour. I'm tattooing for 5 hours. He's gonna be happy. Give him free tattoo. He's gonna give you a tip. He's gonna give you a beer. Whatever the fuck it is, man. Don't be lazy. Cool. Call machines are dying off. I don't think so, man. Call machines are dying off, man. I think there are people out there that you see, everybody works in different things. Everybody still have. Don't get me wrong. It's like right now it's pretty much the same thing like classic cars and electric cars. This is gonna be a political topic, but electric cars, they're here designed for different reasons now. Electric cars have always been out there since 60s. Because of petrol, they want to do it. Now with the coal machine, they can't die down. Now the difference is a rotary machine, even if you end up in prison, if you end up on the moon, even if you end up, you need a battery and an engine, not like a Walkman or anything, and you can start tattooing, man. If you want to tattoo out, or you can do hand and poke. But that's the difference. The coil is kind of hard too. You know, they're gonna become more like different form of art. I don't know. It's weird. But then again, don't forget, what happens if you don't work with the coil for 10 years? Right now, if I get the coil and start working for 10 hours, my wrist is gonna say, Chris, chill out. You're done for next week. We are not tattooing today. Now I can do 15 hours with the rotary and my hand is like, give me more. I was like, yep, I give you more tonight. But that's how it is, man. That's how it is. Okay, cool. Yes, when I come back, I'm gonna do a lot of hands down videos, man. I'm gonna do a lot of hands down videos because I'm eager to do things. I'm gonna show you different tricks. Whatever, this is the technical stuff I'm talking now, the theory, it's really important if you pay attention. You can still practice it, and then when it comes to hands down, it's still, I just show you the way I do it. That doesn't mean you're gonna do the same way, or doesn't mean it's gonna work for you. It's simple like that. Cool. Alright, my coach is ready for answer new. Yeah, man. When it comes to Alexander, when it comes to rotary, make sure you get some rotaries that work for you. Try a few of them if you don't like it. If you work at the conventions, usually the stands out there, they sell machines. They'll let you try the machine. If you work in a shop, ask the other artist to lend you the machine to see how it feels. If not, if you buy a machine, just buy it. If you don't like it, sell it on eBay, man. You may lose $100, $50, but you know what? It is what it is. It's worth it. Trust me, it's worth it. Then just keep a bad machine that doesn't work for you, because not all the machines, for me, not all the rotaries work. Or actually, they all work, but with some of them, I need to work harder. You know. 3-point stretch. Yes, 3-point stretch, man. It's always good. It's always good. Indeed, man. Indeed. See, that's very important. See, rotaries, they do most of your work. Sorry, the coils. The rotaries, you need to do the work. You need to stretch. You need to know what you do. You need how to dip, how fast. That gets more technical. But it's only a learning curve. Nothing else. It's just another, what am I going to do today? Learn more. And I told you, man, get a face king, get an apple, get whatever, run the fucking machine and play with it. Doing nothing. Sit there and just do. See what's like. One day, like, oh shit, I get it now. I get it. You know? Yeah, it's because, well, like I trust, you have to understand, it's because the weight and the vibration, man. What kills the most, obviously the weight is one thing, but you can ameliorate with a very heavy, big tube, right, with a big grip. But the vibration is gonna kill her. You have to understand, we don't really feel it, and the harder you tight on your grip, it travels through your hand, and it does damage your stuff, man. The coils there, for 10 years is not bad. After you start tattooing 20, 30 years, you're done, man. And then you start shaking, then your hands, and it's too much. It's not. Yeah, man. Oh yeah, the FK irons, they're good. Anything in the mail is like Christmas and tattooing. Indeed. Yo, Inkai Slim, did you got your t-shirt, brother? Did you got your t-shirt? They should arrive. Hold on. It's arrived today, tomorrow. Oh, it was a long bank holiday, right? It's gonna arrive tomorrow, day after tomorrow. I still get them smiles. Yeah, man. Every time I order something, talking about ordering something, the inks they arrive. The inks from Radiant for the next promotions, for the next promotion from the next raffle. They arrive. They're in the mail, waiting for me. Now, I'm really the same thing. It puts a smile on my face because I want to see what he sent. And everything is going to be given away. Well, I asked for a full set for myself, like a full set of big inks. but everything else was sent is gonna be give out. And I'm curious to see what he sent: t-shirt, hats, inks, what kind of inks, how many sets, blah 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 blah. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I'm actually waiting to open that box, man. It's gonna be amazing. I've been practicing with the pencil in my machine. How do you like that, ink eye sling? How do you like that? How do you like that? Well, hold on. After a session, how would I clean a cold machine? Is there products that doesn't mess up the machine? Well, first of all, bug the machine up, brother. I have videos. Bug the machine up. You don't need to clean. You see, the problem with cleaning, it's one thing. Cross contamination. It's a very important thing. Well, what happened is bug the machine up. Bug the cord up, man. It's really important. Why? Because first of all, it's very heavy to clean. Mostly the coils, the metal, you just spray with alcohol, you clean them. It still doesn't clean aesthetically. Over time, you still see them. Some inks, they just dry them, you know. And then it's a lot of hassle. But don't forget, even if you bug them up, before the session, after the session, you put them on your napkin, on your paper towel, spray them with. They have this the chemical thing that kill germs and stuff. You buy them on Amazon. It's specific for hospitals. Wipe them up, spray them again, let them dry. Before you start the session, same thing. Make sure you clean them up. It's really important. What happens again? Don't forget. You take your gloves on when you do this, and then you touch the machine. Then you rub your nose, then you rub your eyes, and you may get something you don't want. You may grow a third eye, and you wouldn't be happy about it. Yeah, the t-shirts are dope. I don't have any more, man. I have one to give extra for the next thing. Then I'm done. I need to print new ones. I'm looking into actually printing some t-shirts. Yeah, the t-shirts are dope, but I don't have any more. All right, bag it up, man. You need to bag it up. Like the practice shirts are. Well, I tell you one thing. Practice with anything when you practice, again, anything when you practice with, you hand and mentally you get used to it. Let's say even if you put a pencil, you still have to put, pencil through a grip, the same thing. And it's still, the only one thing doesn't vibrate when you draw with a pencil. I used to do that a lot. But it still gives you the feeling, and it gives you the coordination with the hand and where you put the pencil. And it's really important, man. It's really important. Sometimes that's why I like to hang my needle out. When I like to see the end of the needle. And if you look very closely, you can see when it goes in the skin, under the skin, how it penetrates. And you can see the amount of colors. The more attention you pay, the more things you're going to observe. And that's actually slowing down. That's why I keep telling you, slow down and pay attention, man. Pay attention what he's doing. The third eye will be great for line work. Yes. Remember, there can be bug spray. Yes, man. Bug it up. You need to spray them before and after, man. Doesn't matter. Listen. It's simple like that, man. Any tools we have, you have to be clean. You have to be clean. And the cross contamination is not even from one client to the other. You will end up yourself being unhealthy eventually, because again, wherever you work, whatever it is, it stays. You rub your face, you rub this, you grab a sandwich, you grab a bottle, you grab this bottle, it stays. So better avoid it if you can. And bags, they're tattoo machine bags. They're really great. I like a little bit the larger ones. I have some videos how I those ones. I like the largest ones, and because I don't like when the spring hits the bag is, I don't like that, so I have to kind of move, and then I put the tape so I have a nice shape around it. So they use food bags, for sandwiches, and they just leave them loose. Everybody has different way they work with it, but yeah, keep it clean. All right, cool. The comments are done. So let's go back to paying attention. Paying attention, man. Paying attention. Look at the classic painters. There's a lot of books out there. Go to a museum and pay attention. Look at the real painting to see. The closer you look at it, the amount of colors, and you can see through those colors. I say that you can actually see the other colors, and a very high resolution picture or something. But when you go to a museum, you can see the underlayer color. Fascinating to look at the colors so intense to see. Fuck, I see blue, red, and yellow. How did I didn't see it until now? And that thing can be applied. That thing can be applied to tattooing. It's different ways. It takes, again, layers and sessions. But yes, it works the same. You have to understand that. It's curve of learning because on the paper, on a canvas, it stays there. The skin, when you work with skin, it does take stuff out. It does distort the reality of a color. Like light green, yellow, super bright yellow, it looks very, very bright if it's against the opposite color, or if it's against a dark color, right? That's why it looks brighter. If I put bright yellow on a size like this, it's not going to be bright yellow. Your eyes doesn't read it as bright yellow. But as soon, let's say I put bright yellow in this space and I have like purple. Purple is the opposite of yellow. Green, red. No, red and yellow, they're still hot colors. So you need cold color. Yellow is a hot color. Red is a hot color. Orange is a hot color. You need to contrast, you put them against cold colors, right? That's why you sometimes, I explain to you, have a transition between purple, you mix with orange, you mix with yellow, so it gets a really nice gold metallic transition. And then that's why the yellow is super yellow. Now the same thing with white is used as a highlight because it is a highlight. The white looks so white only because it's put accordingly in the highlight places. So what happens is the white looks super white and the dark looks darker. You have the transition of you're cheating your eye. Your eye reads black and white. We see colors because the way it bounces, but everything is black and white, right? Now, when it comes to see things, we see shapes, we see depth, we see tones. That's what shapes means. That's what everything means. When we look at stuff, everything is black and white. The iris, the way that the way the light hits. Right now, I have a yellow light above me, like it's a yellow light, not white light. All my videos, I put a bit the contrast down, but it's a yellow light. So what happens with that one is it distorts. So the same thing in a tattoo. The sunlight is a white light. That doesn't, basically, that's accordingly in the sun, when you take a photo, you look at things, that's the pure light, the pure colors what we see. When you go to in a house, you have yellow light, it distorts, everything is warmer. Any color you look at it, it's warmer. Even the white is not white actually, it's cream. It's creamy, yellowish white, but it's white. Now, if you put a daylight color, which always when you tattoo, use daylight color, use bulbs, daylight bulbs. You get it. It's a white bulb. Actually, it doesn't distort the colors. It's designed for artists and designed for painters. It doesn't distort the color. Because right now, if I tattoo under the yellow light, my iris colors in the wrong way. And when I put them under the white light, they're not gonna be how it looked under the yellow light. Always tattoo in white light, and always make sure that you read the colors correctly. You know, it's very important, man. It's very important when it comes to this. Colors are really important, and that's why, again, you go let's say to a museum, and you can see they have these bulbs under yellow light, for instance, right? Now, depends on what paintings. You have to understand that back in the time, people were painting under a candle. So that's a yellow light. That's a warm light, right? And then you see, let's say, like Monet or Van Gogh, they will paint outside on the field. And their colors, it's based on white light, on sunlight. When the colors are painted under the yellow light, around a candle, because they would at the time use like 10 candles, whatever, to paint something they paid inside the house, they have to project to show you that painting how it was painted, so they put yellow light underneath, so it gives you exactly what the painter see. Now, when it comes to tattooing, it's not such a thing. You're not gonna show your tattoo, oh, let's go inside of this bar because they have yellow light and I show how it looks. No, the tattoo, it's actually people see it on daylight, and that's how it has to be, you know. So I was talking with Rodrigo here, and we are talking to do actually a video about lighting, and I will do a video about lighting too when I go back. I show my lighting, the way I work with my lights and what kind of lights and it's very important when tattoo, how cast shadow when you tattoo, how much light you need. If it's too light and it's too bright, your eye rejects some stuff. It has to be perfect tone to see the perfect tone on your skin when you tattoo. Closer or further, you need a light which actually you can turn it on and off to dim it the way you want it, and always get white light. If you don't have it, go to an art supply and they have it. Bleak or whatever, I don't know what country you're in, search for white light. It's important. You're gonna see the difference in your tattoos when you tattoo. You're gonna see real colors, real tones of your colors, and that's really important. All right, let me see things here. I come back over black with white highlight after healing. Yes, you can. Now, yes, you can go with white over black. Hold on, can I go over black with white for highlight after healing? Yes, but it's gonna be a highlight for that amount of black. So for instance, I have let me see. This is black, right? This is black. Right now it's black, right? So I tattoo all is black right now. But if I switch it here a little bit, hold on, let me get some glare. You see that kind of a little bit glare here? So if I go with white over, where am I? Here. You see, if I go with white over that one, I can get that effect over the black. Yes, you can do that. So you can get a nice glare. So over black it's not gonna be a highlight. It's gonna be a highlight for the black. It's not gonna be white. It's still gonna bounce inside the black. So it's gonna happen. It's gonna be a gray. It's gonna be, if you go over 2-3 times, so like in different sessions, it may lighten up, but it's still gonna be a gray. It's never gonna be a pitch white, because already you have a layer of black, but you distort that white. So you can do actually highlights if you wanna do three-dimensional. And to very good guy to look at it, it's Toffee from UK. That guy is magic, man. He does amazing work. It's phenomenal. He's insane. People don't even realize tattoo industry can't comprehend. Hold on a second. Can't comprehend the level of that guy is. And I always look up at his stuff. I always admire how he works. And that guy is fucking insane. So he has techniques like that. Not necessarily over black, but he does actually work with different grayscale like that. So he's a good example to look at it. You'll see why, because he works in huge areas, and then he does highlights to give you the impression something is roundy, something is more flat or dent or whatever it is. Yes, you can do highlights over black. It's gonna be a highlight for the black, not a highlight as a highlight. Again, I can show on my phone. This white piece here, this is a highlight. You see, this is what defines the edge of this phone, right? This is a pure highlight. But when you want to get this one, when you tattoo all black, you leave this one skin color, and then you see the highest point that really dots, that's the pure white, and then everything else is gray and white. So yeah, that's a highlight. That's a highlight which you have to approach different than doing this to the phone, and I have this one here, hold on here, and I have this one here, which I can do with white over the black. And it gives me that kind of translucent depth, you know, like if something is bouncing against the black. So yes, you can do that. You can do this. This boy, see you later, bro. On this information in helpful San Diego, Cali. Peace out, brother. All right. All right. Personal experience, if you want the white to pop or stretch the skin as much as you can while using the medium power, yes, slow and long stroke and you push it in. If you want, I'm just kind of with a liner, usually I push the white with a liner and I just kind of saturate it and just go in and block that white in sharp, and that's a highlight, sharp and heavy. That's a super extra mega highlight. Let's say I work on the ship the other day and it's only sketch, right? Now when I left, if you look closely, I left a gap of skin color there. Now that one, I put the clouds behind it, but down it's perfect left. So when I go, even if I don't have to put white, but if I do white, it's gonna be like the sun or the lighting, whatever the lighting is, it's gonna be a lighting behind it. Wherever the lighting hits, I'm gonna bounce, because it doesn't bounce all over the rail of the thing. It bounces on that thing. It may bounce on the ropes. So yeah, that's very important. To the white, it has to be used accordingly to give the roundiness, to give the shape, to give the light direction. White is used to give the direction of the light and the amount of light, right? If it's a very dim light and it's far away, it's not going to be super bright, like extraordinary bright light. But then if I have a candle right next to this one, the white is going to be super white here, and then everything up. So it is important. That's what I'm saying. Pay attention to painters, man. The classic ones, man. Pay attention to see the way they use the Rembrandt has amazing paintings, man. And don't forget they're small. They have amazing paintings, and you can see how you use the lights, and it's phenomenal. And then you can see the colors used, like holy shit. And you can apply those things in tattoos. You can apply those things in tattoos if you pay attention. You may scratch your head for a little bit, but there is books out there that explains you. Just check it out. They decompose the painting and explains you all the colors he puts in a painting. And it's phenomenal. You look at the face like this, and it's like green, brown, this, that, and it has like 50 colors. Like, what the fuck have I done here? And it's only that small. Yes. Alla prima is different thing. We agree on that. Alla prima, it's one bounce. You get the color, you push it in, and you don't really go over it. It's like a palette. You just, whatever is yellow, red is red, blah, blah, blah. Monet used to work on alla prima a lot. That's why his style is very choppy. Van Gogh actually did blend a lot. He has colors, and yeah, they try to figure out how his style was. But yes, Monet had an alla prima style. There's a lot of artists out there that do alla prima. In general, when it comes to oil, that's the difference, is their work alla prima. But the oil takes so long to dry, so they'll go in, and it takes weeks or months. Or actually, talking about Van Gogh, they just figure out that the green color he was using, he's still not dry yet. I mean, how fucked up is that? Now again, you have to don't forget that back at the time, the oils, they'll mix white eggs and different powders to make their own oil colors and oils. So they'll make their own oil colors, their own personal oil colors. They'll buy it, but then they'll make their own. Which right now you have oil color which is water-based, don't ask me. But then you have turpentine, whatever you use to actually, you can dry the oil colors overnight or a few days. But generally, with alla prima, you put all the tones. Like right now, if I look at my glass, so this is black, you black all this, and then transition, you put a red dot, where is the thing there? You put a red dot there, right? You put a red dot, and then tomorrow, day after tomorrow, you just kind of brush it in and you blend in. And you pull a bit of oil and you blend it in and blah, 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 blah. That's how it works. So it's the techniques. So that's why alla prima was used, and some people left it as alla prima. Some artists actually did change and start blending more. When it comes to blending, man, again, look at Rembrandt. But then again, look at Dali, man. Look at this last painting he ever done. It's the most stupidest, the most amazing, most weirdest, I would say. Stupid because it's just a cloth stretched, I think. I don't even know if it's a cloth. It's something stretched. And it's all based on super minimal, perfect blendings. And you look at it, it's like, what? That's your last painting? And you look at it and you stare at it, and it's like, it's nothing. It's just something stretched on a canvas. If you don't pay attention, you don't even know that's how it's blended. I was like, holy shit. That guy had it nailed, man. But then, yeah, he's good on you. Yeah. All right. Bodrico. Well, Bodrico, yes. Adding purple over the black, use that thing. I use that trick. So that's good for transition, but I use that trick when I work with dark skin. Because when you do dark skin and it bounces, the purple bounces against the skin. When you turn in, it gets darker. It's funny how I write it and it's darker. And then if you work in a color theory, in a color scheme, you will see the purple. You'll see black and then sometimes purple, and then the transition is smooth, and it's like, what the fuck am I looking at? And then overall, it gets a perfect transition. Let's say you have black, like turbo black, you have for turbo black to yellow, right? For instance, you want to have that perfect transition like a globe, right? And the yellow of the light is here, bounces the candle here, and this is the darkest point, right? But then in the background, you may have something red or whatever. So what happened is, or the ball is red. Let's say, okay, for instance, let's say the ball you're looking at is red, like a red ball. The black behind is pitch black. The yellow candle is here. When it's gonna hit, it's gonna have a white, yellow, orange, brown, dark purple towards the black to have that perfect transition, right? So when you have that thing there, you need to use all this transition for your eye to trick there is a perfect smooth circle, like a sphere. Otherwise, you're gonna end up with a flat thing. Yellow and orange and black. There's no transition in between. And guess what? If you really wanna make, like, artists, painters never use black in the ink, right, in the thing. In tattoo industry too, like if you really wanna do like real realism, you don't do black. Black is for sculpting. Black is for something. You use dark red, dark green, and dark fucking purple or super dark blue. You make black out of them. That's how it is. If you do a sphere and doesn't have black, like basically the black is not black. If you really decompose and detach all the colors out of that thing, it's actually a mixer. So red, automatically the ball is red. Now over here, so we understand that already have to put a layer of red, right? Then you put a layer of purple, because already purple and black is thin, and then purple and orange, it gives you a brown, deep brown, sienna, whatever, like goldy, whatever color. So you have already 4 or 5 colors here to make black. But that's color theory. I'm gonna explain to you guys how everything works. When you use black, like generally turbo black ink and pure black for a transition from black to orange, let's say, and you use that transition, you miss a lot. It gets flatter. You miss that really a lot of information. Now you have to understand that it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of knowledge and color theory, and it does takes a lot of time to work it. And you don't literally, you don't do over and over, like that. You don't put red and then go with black. You have to mix them. Usually I mix them as I go on the cup. But when I work stuff like this, I put 2 cups of every color, right? So I mix them in a cup, and I know exactly how many times, which cup I dip, if I run the machine, if I dip in the water, if I don't dip in the water, which is my last color. The last color I dip in, that's my first color I push in. So I call. It's a weird way to mix, but this is it's a very advanced way to work. Coming to that, what's his name? He has a video about, what's his name? He mixed in a cup, man. That's actually I learned from him. I was watching his video, and I was, this is the way. It took me a long time, because you move your colors, you make them dirty if you don't know how to use or how to dip. Man, he works in Atlanta. What's his name? He has the tattoo studio. I don't remember his name. Cool. Anyway, he has a video out. You'll come to me. Anyway, he has a video out. It's an old video. I learn a lot. Listen, I learn a lot. What I'm telling you is I learn a lot from videos. I bought every DVD out there. I had a collection of all the DVDs, and I overwatched them, and I pay attention, and I put in practice whatever those people are doing. It's simple like that, man. I learned. So what I'm trying to explain to you guys or try to teach you is things I learned from other people too. In generally paying attention, and that's actually funny. That's the thing that today's video is paying attention to what we do, paying attention to our other artists, and paying attention to what's around us, paying attention to colors. Now, it's another trick is, no, it's not Nico Hurtado, bro. No, he's in Atlanta. He's man. He'll come to me. Anyway, another trick when you tattoo, you have to understand one thing. To see the depth of the color, you have to squint your eyes. Now I'm gonna take my glasses off. Squinting your eyes is like this, right? You look at the color, and then you squint your eyes like this. What happened is, you look at anything you want around you. You squint your eyes like this. The more you squint, the darker it gets, and it gets the shape values. It loses the sharpness, but it gets the value. So basically, if I do this, I'm gonna see only 2 values or 3 values on my camera body, on my body camera here, instead to see all the values. So the same thing with the tattoo. Anything you look, even when you go on a painting, you go to a museum when you have a chance and look at people, they stare at paintings and they just do this, they step back, they look at the thing. You see depth, you see things, you start decomposing the colors, right? And that's another trick, man. There you go. If you don't use it, use it. That's an artistic trick. That's why all the artists, you see them having a pen and they squint their eye. They squint their eye to see shapes. When you draw a live model, whatever you draw, if it's a girl, if it's a guy, it's a fucking car, if it's a ball, if it's whatever it is, you squint your eyes and you see tones and shapes. You don't see definitions. You don't see edges. You see the thing. That's how you block it up. That's how your tattoo has to be approached in the same way. You block up stuff. That's the first session. You block up stuff. You kind of sketch whatever the edge has to be, and then you go back and you add on. You know, don't be scared to work in layers. Don't be scared to work in sessions, and slow the fuck down. Always. That's another trick. Squint your eyes, man. If you didn't do it by now, try it. Try it on your tattoo sessions. Try and go to the museum. Look at other people, what they do. It's a lot of information out there. And all this information is to us to pay attention, to wake the fuck up and pay attention and get better. That's the only one way. That's the only one way. Let me see what comments I have here. All right. Oh, thank you. Intense opaque, white and grays are set are really good for going over the black darkest area. I haven't used them in years, bro. I don't even know. All right. Yeah, bro, it's an old trick. Actually, you know what's funny, man? The new people, you see, Baldrico, we talked about after, you know, we talked. It's fun. Like what happens today, the industry with tattoo industry becomes lazy. When I'm saying lazy, it becomes like I want to learn a style and I don't pay attention to anything else. All these things, these are old tricks. Old timers do that. I learned it from another old timer. This is tricks we learn now. Again, don't forget back in the time we had only colors has 20 sets. Wow, that was the colors. And you were lucky to buy all 20 of them. And then you have to scratch your head and then you pre-mix them and then you make your own colors, right? Now, everything comes set of 65 colors, 79 colors. It's cool, don't get me wrong. But you don't know how to work with them. And again, I always repeat, when you how to pre-mix your colors while you're tattooing, you mix 2-3 colors, that color is heavy, is rich, it's pure. Now when you want a pure color, like a pure yellow, you don't mix that yellow. If it's the highlight yellow, you don't mix it. You use that yellow clean as it came on the cup. If you want to make it creamier and things, you may highlight it with white, which is going to look like a white yellow, but that's transition from yellow to white. If you have yellow here and then you have white here, you have to mix that yellow with white to go towards the highest point, white. Otherwise, you don't mix that yellow. You want the yellow clean as fuck, you keep it clean. But if you want depth in your colors, if you want a nice deep orange, let's say, right? You may have an orange. You dip the orange in the orange color you want, but then you dip it tiny bit in a fucking red, like bright red or whatever the kind of orange you want to distort the orange, and then yellow. And that orange, it may look a little bit the same, but a little bit darker or lighter the way you want, but that orange is heavy. What I'm saying is when you put it on, it stays a pure, heavy color, which, because already you have 3 inks in one. Now with that one, when you go on the second session, you may just brush it over like kind of fluff with a yellow, red, of another orange to make it brighter, and you have all the tones in one orange, man. It's really important to pre-mix colors. I'm gonna do a theory. I'm gonna do a session on this. You're gonna understand. You're gonna understand how important it is. And when you put in practice, man, every color out there, the less black. Listen, black is important. The less black you use in color work, the better. Use dark greens, dark yellow, dark purple, dark blues. Darker colors mixed together to make the dark you want, because the dark, it's only dark if it's put against a light color. The dark is not dark if it's not against something. The dark, it's only definition of dark, how dark it is. It's only when it goes against another color. So if it's in a transition, you need the darkest point to go to the lightest point. But if you want, let's say, for instance, you want the darkest dark to look dark, right? You have a dark based on blue, more blue, red, and green, but you put more. You make a cold black, right? Cold black means you have little bit of green, green and blue, the dark green and blue, and then you put a little bit red, so that eye is gonna read it cold, while you make another black which is based on red a lot of fucking red. You still need the blue, but everything is based on red color. So the reddest is the most of it. So then if you put two of two together, I bet you're gonna see two different blacks. So what happens with that one is you have actually cold black and hot black, warm black, sorry, warm and cold. So that thing applies to everything, and that's why the darkest is gonna do darker, because it is one against to each other, you know. I hope that helps. And then if you really want to do, you go with black over a little bit, you just brush it with black, the darkest black, and it's kind of, you dip it in the water so it's kind of runny, and just brush it in, you give the direction you want, and here you go. You have a perfect black transition from any colors you want in your world. As long as it continues, so any color you start with has to come out in the color you want to transition to. If you want to go towards yellow, I repeat, you have to come out towards red and orange and fucking yellow. If you want to come out to lime green, then you have the dark here, and then you come out, still mixed purple and green, trust me on that one, red, purple, and green, and then you put more green, green, light green, green mixed with yellow, green mixed with more yellow, blah, 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 and then white, and green and white is going to be very, very, whatever. You know what I'm saying? There you go. That's how it works. Tony, have fun, brother. Have fun. Robert Hernandez, yes, Robert Hernandez is a super cool guy. I never hang out with him, and he's an old timer. Don't forget, he's a black and gray. He does some colors. He's a black and gray, and if you look at his artwork, how much it changed then and now, you see the sculpting. When it comes to sculpting, Robert Hernandez, you'll understand what I'm talking about. The way it works. And his style is light, and then he just gets this sculpting, just super dark, round needles, and just sculpting in. He is in black and gray, and he changed a lot. Right now, you see how dark his tattoos. Like, go in his portfolio and check 10 years ago, and check now the tattoos he posted up, and you understand what I'm talking about. He understands how much lighten up on time and how to sculpt the stuff, man. Robert Hernandez, and like what I respect about him, he always had his style. He does a lot of stuff, trust me, but he doesn't, whatever he posts up, that's his shit, and he always has that style. That guy is the shit. Does this theory work for any style of tattooing? Absolutely yes. It works for any style of tattooing, but then don't forget, bro, traditional is based on, let's say, American traditional, no neo-traditional. American traditional is based on, you have dark and red. The transition is there. It's a little bit in the middle, and it's heavy. So you don't need all this purple, all this stuff, that's Mickey Mouse. You don't need it. You go through all these three colors, blue, you put it on the table and you bang it out. And usually it's 3 or 4 colors, that's it. You don't work with them. You don't really blend them that much. Or if you blend them, it's like shattered, like. So depends on the style. It does work. Everything else, man, neo-traditional. Look at the new school tattoos. That's all about blendings, man. It's all about having all these colors. It's all about blendings, man. Don't, yes. A yellow with blue is green. Yes, that's true. Depends what kind of green. Depends what kind of stuff. Now again, you may find a really cool rich green. Dip in a little green, dip in a little bit blue, and dip in a little bit yellow. You have a unique green. That's how you get your start. When you look at other people's work, it's like, how the fuck you done this color? That's exactly. Pay attention. You'll understand he pre-mixed the colors. Yellow is yellow, but it's different yellow than yellow you see. Usually, really good artists, again, even Nico Hurtado, you look at his stuff, he has layers. You look at his portraits, he has layers. He's not one thing. He tattoos, or Val Tabu, the girl from Russia, she's fucking phenomenal. What you do an underlayer, you tattoo the tones, the greens, and then you go over it and saturate the way you want. And then you have that depth, and you play with the colors I explained to you. It's different style, but the result is the same. And then you get a really smooth stuff, Like I posted yesterday, the cover up I done, right? And it's the same thing. If you see before, I done another, actually the funniest thing, I have a session how I lighten up with white. The bike was pitch black, and I had a session I lightened up with white, and I knew how much, and I told her what to do with it. That's another trick and secrets I'm gonna explain to you one day about that one. But what you do, and then One day I went in and it just darkened up, like ugly looking. People say, oh, it looks shit. It's like, yeah, I know. I need that ugliness. I need that raw black where it needs because I know how it heals. And then yesterday, I put more fucking black, smooth it up, and then went with white. And while I went with white, I dip it in to make grays and in-betweens. And then with the gray, we'll go over the white. And then you have a really nice smooth transition. What happens to that? I'll go back again into that. Because I know when it heals, you're still gonna see some of the bike because the bike is, the wheels goes on a place where it's actually the cheekbones, which is super wide. But what I'll do, it's another session. I'll go back over it and then saturate the shit out of that thing. And then go on point, exactly what I need with accurate colors already, which I mix them on the tube. It's simple like that. It's simple like that. Color is very hard. Man, that's not gonna do color theory. Color is very hard, man. Color has their own life. That's what I'm saying. Pay attention. That's the whole theory about today. Pay attention. Get some books with oil paintings. Look at them. Go on the internet and make a search and you'll understand these paintings decomposed on colors. Explain you what colors that person used. And even the name, like, you know, red has like 10 Christmas, this, that, light, this. Some of them already dead colors. They're already pre-mixed with gray. When you want to dye a color to make it dead, you mix it with gray ink, right? That's how you kill a color. What happens is you need a vibrant color, and when it goes into transition, even if it's the same color, you kill that color with a little bit gray, so it's still red, but your eye reads as a dead color. So you have the super vibrant, like heavy burning color, and then as it shifts, it dies. Because otherwise, if it's still the same, even if it's the same red, if it's the same thing, your eye doesn't read the perception of shape. So you kill that color. So your eye reads the hot color, the alive one, and then everything else is the transition, you know? Use gray when you want to kill a color, use gray, not too much. When you use too much, you're going to distort it, you're going to make it earthy color. Earthy color is based with a lot of grays. That's a dead color, it's earthy, but when you want to kill a very hot color, you do actually put a very smooth, very little bit gray, and even if that one, it is washed down. So you get a gray, you actually dip in a gray, you run it, put in the water a few times, so it has enough, tiny bit of gray idea in it, you dip in the fucking red, and that's red. There you go, that's how you kill a color, if you ask me. Color murderers. Yeah, man. Color theory, it's a heavy, very heavy one. Color theory, I'm gonna do probably a whole fucking week if you want to learn color, man. But I'm gonna do every week one session because what happens, color is super intense. Now, don't forget, I have a lot of experience. I do a lot of color work, and I went to fucking art school. I learned classic animation for 2 years, and we learn a lot. I done a lot of all this. But I'm explaining to you guys, I learned it from other people. They explained to me. We used to go to museum every fucking 2 weeks and do essays on the colors. That's why I can explain to you guys. Not because I'm smart, not because I have a bigger fucking elbow. It's because actually somebody teach me and I paid attention to it and I approach it on my tattoo theory, on my tattoo practice, sorry. So again, go to fucking museum when you have a chance, man. Look at people, observe people, how they observe things. Because listen, I go to a museum, I'm still like a baby in a candy store. I don't understand much. But you see people, they are historians. The people, they understand. They follow. And you look at them, why the motherfucker stares? And for half an hour, the guy stares there, man. He stares at the painting and then he's squeezing his eyes. He goes back and forward. Some paintings are designed to look them from far away. And it looks perfect, super smooth. You go closer, it's all choppy. But then because it's done in alla prima, but from far away, it looks good. So, observe those things. That's about being observation. That's the theory about today. Observe the fucking people, observe the paintings, observe everything what moves in the museum. And then, if you really don't get it, take a picture or bring your sketch, bring your colors. Lots of people go there and sketch. I used to do that when you were in school. You go to a museum, bring your color thing, and you sit down and you sketch. You start sketching things. You put things down because you understand. You understand while you're there. In the museum, a painting, it has a real tones, real colors, depends on the angle you're gonna see looking at a painting, which a picture doesn't show it to you. When you look at the picture on the internet, it doesn't go through a screen. A real painting is designed the way that artists seen and understood the colors. So that's why you do need to go to a museum and observe a painting. All right. Bro, Rick Alcatraz using all the medium really helped, man. Can't recommend an Instagram enough, and I only set mine up last week. Thanks. I'm glad you did, brother. I'm glad you did, brother. Make sure, yo, Bodrico, make sure and follow a lot of artists to tattoos. A lot, man. Get information. Not about who follows you back. Listen, forget about that. Just and observe things, different styles, man. And mostly if you like Rallins, follow a lot of Rallins people and see what they do. And look through the portfolio. You'll see sometimes stuff. All right, cool. I hate Instagram. You'll tell you what, Alcatraz, you hate Instagram, you lose, man. You lose. Instagram is bread. Instagram means connection. Instagram means your art is out there and somebody's gonna see it. Unfortunately, Instagram is better than Facebook. That's my opinion. You need to find your style. Well, guess what? The style comes to you. The more you work, the more you understand, the more you kind of get your technique, the more your style is gonna be out there. Layering in black and gray, man, how to do one open pass and even harder to darker skin, I find. Yes, layering in black and gray, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. I post that ship out and I said it's a sketch, and some tattoo artists, I don't even know, they come up saying, how come it's a sketch? And they don't understand. I never work with somebody's sketch. It's about layering, man. It's about putting layers. It's about blendings. It's about texture. Whatever I've done on that thing, I put a texture. Next time I blend over, I still see those dots there, and that's because the veils of that thing has texture in it. And then you see how the fuck you done that. It's like, yeah, I paid attention, I took my time, and I used the layers, and I used sessions. That's how. Oh, yes. But unfortunately, some people think they know shit. Oh, I work with people, they didn't do that. Well, the people who work with, they don't do that. Not everybody does that. Actually, it's only a few people in the industry, at least the ones I know, they do that style. And I work with those people, and that's why I did change my style. And that's why some people working with me now, or they used to work with me, they changed their style. It's simple like that. Cool. All right, guys. I think we had a good session today. And I'm going to close down. I need to go to the restroom. I need to have a smoke. And I need to turn the heater on because it's cold as fuck in New York and I'm freezing. And the heater is off because I didn't want to have like background noise. And I'm really glad actually I had the opportunity. Even I had to cancel 2 appointments today. I had the opportunity to come and to do a session and talk my mind out and hopefully teach you something actually what's important for you guys. And again, if you don't get stuff, if you want to go back on my videos, watch them, watch another videos I paid and I post up on previous year, you'll understand a lot of what I'm talking about. And stay cool, man, on the streets. And yes, layering is more consistent long term, I think. Of course, it's more consistent because first time I tell you one thing, layering. Okay, fuck, I need to go with this. Bro, I need to. Okay, layering. What happened is you saturate in the skin some. The skin, it takes 6 months to heal. It takes whatever it needs, right? But even now, even if you don't do after 6 months, you're gonna go back in into 1 month, and what you do, you saturate the saturation already saturated. So what happens is you can pull. Let's say, for instance, you have this amount of water, right? If you leave it outside, it's gonna evaporate because of the heat, right? Now, what you do, you call back in here, right? And you put, and then you pressure the water. So on this one, you can actually it's gonna be a lot more water and pressure. So the same thing. And then when you open it, it's still by the time it's gonna evaporate to that point, it still takes a lot longer time because already you refill the refill, right? Now with the body is not really like that. The body is the same principle, but when you oversaturate again, the body doesn't suck the skin out and doesn't reject because already you have a layer like it's in there. So the body sucks whatever it needs from that layer, and then you put a layer on top. You still have a layer on top of the other layer, so you still have a little bit cushion in there that your body, so that one is still very safe. So it will look like that, the tattoo is going to look fresh for 10, 20, 50 years. I have tattoos done 10 years ago and people say, how the fuck is like, yeah, layered. I have sleeves done and they look like they done yesterday, and they're like, no, but this motherfucker work a lot on it and it looks phenomenally amazing. The trick is saturation, just make it slow, brother. Yes, just make it slow. I mean, listen. It is slow, but but that's the thing. You see, the thing is you have to understand. Even when you saturate and you work slow, the body still takes stuff out of it. When you go over again, it will actually have a lot more ink, like pressure, ink in there. right? So your body, the first time when you damage the body heals. So what it does, it sends all the nerves and it sucks it in and it thinks it's poison and it starts fucking around the ink. Ink is thicker, so it stays there. It doesn't go in your bloodstream, so it stays there, right? Now, but it's still gonna fade because your melatonin interferes with it and everything. When you go back with ink again, with the same ink, or even distort the colors what we talk, it's heavy. Now you have a lot more ink, which doesn't matter how the body tries to fight it, you still have the underneath, which already the skin is damaged, so you just put more ink into it, and the body got used to it with the trauma. So it's gonna leave it alone and heal it the way it should be. It's simple like that. That's saturation means. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. So I hope we did a good session. I hope you guys learned something. If not, tough shit. It is what it is, because it's up to you to learn more. It's not up to me. To me, it's only to teach you what I can, and I think I covered the nice things in this topic, which actually, if it's put in practice, it's a lot of information. But the topic of today was pay attention to the details. Pay attention to everything around you. Squint your eyes. Pay attention how other people look at other stuff. Go to a museum, open a book, open the internet, send an email, whatever the fuck it is, but pay attention what's missing and what it needs and how and where and when and how and blah, 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 blah. Fucking had fun. I love it. I don't know if I'm going to have another live session. I'm trying to do interview with Lalo at House of Monkeys, and I'm going to try to see how he works to have you some videos. And when I go back to Miami, we go back full-time, everyday sessions, because we like that. I love it, and I hope you guys do. Stay warm, stay safe, and pay attention. And slow the fuck down, man, when you tattoo. That's the only one way to get better. Pay attention to your own mistakes and see what you can improve. Peace out, guys.